Hey guys, it's me, your hostess Liberty, back with some more Root Trees Are Dead. Yep. We got the first 4 out of the way last time. We're now on to digging up more root trees. We have these confidential files. We have a bunch of stuff. Where were we up to last time? We learnt about Ruby Spratt, the lawyer in charge of the Clenthid Trust. She's also overlooking the people coming in. Cicely Sanchez was a writer who was doing a biography on Guy Hudson, but got in trouble for using pics that she wasn't allowed to. Guy. It's possible that Anatelli's restaurant dude married Elizabeth's daughter. But she might have got pregnant with Guy's kid. He's been overseas a lot, so there might be, and there were some Brazilian bribes for a factory. Elias maybe cheated on Gwyneth, possible blackmail to let Sam back in the farm. Beth, Elizabeth? That would be, that would really throw a spanner in the works. Imagine if, well, we know that Elizabeth isn't their daughter. We know that. No, we were told. But imagine if Elizabeth was the daughter and then Guy, that would have been incestuous. We don't have any, not yet proofs, only because we don't really have names yet. We have Felix, 5 Ps. He has been proven. There's a few others. But, let's go to the tree first. So Guy has had a lot of affairs. I think this one's locked in. So that's one that we need to get. I'm pretty sure this one's locked in as well. We don't know who the mother looks like. We don't have a picture of her yet. So that's 2 locked in currently. We know there's a 3rd. I have a feeling that this one might be Elias. Who was the first president, right? So I think this one might be the first, might be Elias. Find out more about, oh my god, that's an extensive one. Someone's spouse. Recent. Interesting. This one would have to be one of these peeps, wouldn't it? Not these girls. No, none of these are married. Okay. So, Rafferty, LaRue. Oh, it's not impossible that there's a female among them as well. It's just not probable. Okay. Let's check the let's just have a look at this. Okay, that's where we found out about the picture evidence. The previous note. The book about the 6 pieces. Yeah. Alright. Confidential files. Oh boy. You were given some partial staff records to cross-reference by Sam Madison. These records are based on old tax mailing information and only detail the employees that work directly for Roottree or in their corporate office. Many labourers on their farms and the factories are not listed. Not sure how helpful it will be, except for cross-referencing Guy's secretaries and visits overseas. Spider searching people just because they are listed in these books will likely be very time-consuming and a waste of your time. Okay. Edward Lloyd Carpenter, Carl Monroe, Elizabeth Cravensworth. Okay. So I know it's going to be time consuming, but Beth, there's that name again. No. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's just make a note of Elizabeth Cravensworth because she is a... Okay. Worked for Elias. Was it? Did she? Worked under Zach. Zach's time as office staff. Fred, Albert Cross, Douglas Rosenberg. Okay, secretaries. Secretaries were Juliet McCullen, Joanna Robertson, Doris Mays, and Beth Knox. All right. Samantha, we know Samantha was not, definitely not. Elizabeth Farrow, so farm and manufacturing. Farm and manufacture was Elizabeth Farrow. Sam Harmon, could be a girl's name. Maybe. No major expenses. Okay. All right. So that was during... Okay, so let me edit this. So Zach President. Prez. And this was office staff. Elizabeth Cravensworth. Okay. So these were during Zach's time, right? All right, Zach Prez. Okay. In 1977, it was announced that Zach would be retiring and Guy would take over at the start of 78. They held a retirement party in November before spending the final month working on the transition. During 76 and 77, the following changes took place. Okay, let's see. So Guy Prez. Okay. Patrick Decker was hired. Eli left. Ernest became product management. Christine Farrow was hired. Okay, secretaries. Christine Farrow, 76. Joanna Fellows, Robertson, 76. Beth and Joe left in 77. Okay. Chris left in 77, but a Christine Garland was hired. 77. Okay. Farm and manufacturing. Farm and manufacturing. Manufacture is a Gwyneth Madsen, 76. Okay. Ooh, expenses. 76. Beth Knox. 50,000 bonus for work. Annie? 77. Zach retirement party for 20,000. This, I wish we could highlight things. Can we highlight? We can highlight things, right? No, we can't. Okay. Well, this is notable. That is very notable. Something to look into, certainly. Alright. In 78, Guy Hudson took over. Okay. This began a particularly volatile period in the company's staffing. Many travel experience... Okay, 78. Guy still. Wait, did I... 78. Guy. Okay. Office staff. Office staff. Elizabeth left. Beth left. 79. Okay. Raffertunes. What the fuck? That's also 79. Okay, product management. That's fine. Secretaries. Secretaries. What is spelling? I don't know. Okay. Chris G left in 78. Beatrice Watts. And Beatrice Watts, 78. And Corinne Varts. 78. Okay. Juliet M and Doris M no longer left in 79. Lisa Lewis 79. And Valerie Ewing 79. Okay, interesting. Farm and manufacture. Elizabeth P left 78. I'm making note of just the women, right? I know that it's very possible that men could also be part of it, but Guy seems to tend to look at women with lustful eyes. Okay. Emily Seinfeld 78. And Sam Catrell 78 also joined. And William Sands was hired. Okay, special services. Interpreter. Susan Ford 79. 79 to to 80. Okay. Expenses. Yes, tell me your expenses. 78. Office refurb was 52. Caviar flavors were 10 grand per month. Mom. Okay. Ed. Word. Roottree retirement party was... Wow, he was not as well loved as Zach. Which, okay, understandable. Xmas. What? That's a small X. Bash. 7,500. New Year's Eve ball. 7,500. Travel. Okay. Oh my god. Sorry. Let me back in there, please. Okay. Okay. 79. You know what? This is fine. 79. Travel. Us. China. France. Brazil. 190 grand. Flavor. Butterscotch. Scotch flavor. 10 per month. More caviar? $10K per month. I guess it overlapped with the years, right? Okay. 4th of July. 4th. 4th. 7. 4th July was 7,500, which is the usual rate, seemingly. New Year's Eve ball, 7,500. Okay. Next. The volatility continued. Many new employees didn't tend to stick around long. Following changes were recorded. Oh god. Alright, we're going into the 80s. 80. Still guy. Motherfucker. Office staff. Terry O'Connor. Susan F moved to staff. That was in 80. And this was also in 80. Product management, Douglas, just man. Secretaries. Corinne. Okay. And Beatrice left in 80. Linda Lewis And Angela Ingram. That's in 80. Yep. Okay. Lisa L left. Lisa L and Valerie E left in 81. Catherine Garrett, 81. He goes through his secretaries, doesn't he? Okay, farm and manufacture. Emily S left. Emily S left 80. Emily Barnes 80. Okay. Gwyneth M left 81. Gwyneth Cattrall in 81 as well. So the assumption is they got married. Okay. Interpreter Susan F left in 80. Okay. We knew that. All right. Expenses. You know what? I do want to just try and keep this easy to view, right? Okay. We'll give extra lines because we're nice. Okay. Okay, let's go 80s. 80s. 80. Sorry. Strawberry flavor. 10K MO. Zigua flavor. 10K MO. Butterscotch flavor. 10K MO. Caviar. Still. Come on now. Caviar. Flavor. 10K. But he really wanted that caviar to take off. New Year's Eve bowl. 7.5K. Alright. Oh, okay. 4th July, 7.5K. Xmas party, 7.5K. I'm gonna tidy this up, don't worry. Okay, 81. I know my face is changing. I'm sorry. I'll try to not let it change so much. We'll put that down a line. Okay, strawberry flavor, 10K MO. Zigua flavor, 10K MO. Okay, let me just butterscotch and that. All right, makes it a bit easy. They're both still 10K a month, right? New Year's Eve ball. Okay, so the usual New Year's Eve, Xmas party and all that jazz. Alright. Grandorf Gov donation. What is that? Gov donation. 250k. What is that? Alright, I'm going to clean this up a little bit. I'm sorry that you're having to deal with my terrible note-taking. Fellows, Robertson, Beth and Joe left 77. Chris left, but Christine. Okay, we'll go like that. That. And we'll go that, and yep, that. Alright, so that one's a bit more presentable. And then 78 to 79, whatnot. Okay, office staff, secretaries. Wait, excuse me? That one. Yeah, there we go. Farmer manufacturer. Okay. Interpreter. Expenses 78. Saw the office fund reverberation. That's right, right? That's when caviar first came in 78, right? Yeah. And 79 was the trip. Okay. There we go. That's still... That's a little bit better. That's fine. That's fine. There's a lot here. But it's better to have it noted down than not to have it noted down, right? Guy Hudson died in 82, so the first few months of that year continued along the same pattern as they had been. Things quickly changed when Ernie took over. Most of the extraneous expenses ended. All the secretaries, most handpicked by Guy Hudson, will let go. Sam Madsen left Roottree in 84, so this is the last set of books you have access to. Okay. How do we do this back up here? Okay, so... Guy Prez. No, we want Ernest Prez. Ernest Prez. Okay. Office staff. Susan F. left 82. 82 plus. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There were no changes in 83 or 4. Product management. Oh, we weren't really paying attention to product management, were we? Alright, secretaries. Angela, I, Linda, L, and Catherine G left in 82. Okay. Alright, so we don't really need to... Amy Sutton was hired. So, farm and manufacture... Manufacture... Amy Sutton in 83. Oh, give me a sec to put my face back. There we go. And Sam Madsen and Sam M left 84. Okay. Expenses time. Expenses. 82. In 82, we had sugar plum flavor, which was, well, we got 20k a month. Cancelled after, okay, cancelled January, February, March, April, May. Okay, so 100k total. Okay. Strawberry flavor, 10k a month. 50k total. Scour flavor, 10k month, 50k total. Did you get rid of that fucking caveat? You did. Good job. Okay. Butterscotch flavor, 10k month, 50k total. And then caviar flavor, 10k month, 50k total. All these cancelled 5 months in. Okay. Okay. And then we had, what else did we have? We had New Year's Eve ball, which was 7.5k. 7.5k. And then we had the Fred Gleason 50-year Annie bonus of 50k. That's kind of them. And oh wait, that was in 83. Okay, 83. Oh, and they stopped doing the other thing. 84. What is this? Clothing reimbursement. Carl R. 1 million. Interesting. Okay, so they stopped doing the New Year's Eve ball, apparently. Interesting. Okay, so the first thing I want to check is what the frack is Grandorf Dove. The Grandorf School for the Deaf, formerly Grandorf Dove, is located about an hour from where the Roottree offices used to be in Butler County, but it serves much of that part of Pennsylvania and nearby Ohio. According to the website, it was not formerly named Grandorf Dove between 1923 and 1990 because Grandorf was the last name of the founder, and Dove is the Danish word for deaf. The founder had issues with government translators, leading to an odd transcription issue. In 90, it was renamed to better represent the school's purpose and to correct the embarrassing lack of effort and awareness demonstrated by the government officials in those early days. The staff is listed on the website. You scan through all the biographies and find that the principal, Ms. Ford, is fluent in 5 languages, including ASL. She has been working at the school for over 15 years. Ms. Ford's bio also mentions she's not deaf herself, but rather learned sign language to communicate with the deaf. Means that she was responsible for securing funding. So Ms. Ford, you are a person of interest. And a possible person of possible incest? No, that's not what I was trying to say. Ford. Was it Susan Ford? Susan Ford, the interpreter. Right, what need did he have for an interpreter? He did go overseas a lot. This might just be a, okay, let's go Susan Ford. Okay. Let us look in the periodicals for that. We'll go for the Ganondorf Dove. School for the Deaf near Butler and was regularly listed in articles with other local schools. The County Times archives includes what seems like endless list of snow cancellations, activities and weekend events that began over 70 years ago and stretches into 90s. Among the avalanche of useless information, you almost miraculously discover one useful article. Ganondorf Dove was the center of a crime article from 82. Seems that someone defaced the school and vehicles outside of the brand new Hudson wing of the school. There were multiple broken windows. One of the teachers' cars was painted with profanities and accusations of infidelity. Was it Susan Ford? Follow-up article provides more details. There was one arrest, Thomas Hughes, who was coincidentally a former student at the school. Apparently, the destruction came weeks after he married the school's newest teacher, Mrs. Hughes. She was not a teacher when he went. He graduated a few years earlier. According to the report's investigation into the police reports, trials, and restraining orders, Mr. Hughes was convinced that he was not the father of Mrs. Hughes' current pregnancy. He was released on bail and the school was granted not to press criminal charges after an agreement was made to pay for the damages for the couple. Seems Thomas Hughes, Mrs. Hughes, and the Hudson Wing have all avoided further appearance in the book. But Susan Ford, we had a Hughes, didn't we? That was in 82. So around 82, Susan F, Susan Ford. Yeah, he hired Susan Ford in 80. Was there a Hughes? Susan F left in 82. I don't think there was a Hughes, actually. Oh. Wait, was Hughes one of the men? Because I didn't note down the men. I'm just checking. Okay. So, let me just quickly check this. Hughes, Ford, Madsen, Rosenberg, Hyatt, Todd, Sutton, Madsen, O'Connor, Rosenberg, Andrews, Morrison, Ingram, Lewis, Ewing, Garrett, Sams, Madsen, Seinfeld, Cattrall, Ford. Oh, we've got to look into Raffertunes as well. Cross, Garland, Watts, Schwartz, McCullen, Mays, Green, Crane, Farrow, Keatings, Seinfeld, Cattrall, Logan, Sams, Decker, Hudson. We're looking for a Hughes. I don't think there is a Hughes here, actually. So we should make a note of Thomas Hughes. Okay, a Thomas Hughes. Hughes? E. Seems to have been upset about an infidelity with a teacher at the Grandorf Dove in relation to Hudson Wing. Bye. Okay. His wife was a teacher. Was a new teacher at that. Okay. Alright, I do want to look at... Oh, well. No, I wanted to look at, Susan Ford? Nothing there. Okay. Raffertunes? The fuck is Raffertunes? Site that once had a photo of Clark on it no longer exists. Instead, it redirects to a site for a telephone number calling 1010-20-250, which frustratingly keeps popping up in advertisements and new windows every few seconds. You manage to close them, but it sure is annoying. 101050. Oh, Clark. Okay. Let me try the phone then. Can I not? Okay. Fine. Ducky, I need some help. I need inspiration. Okay, yeah, I already know. Yeah. Root of all evil. Oh. I did check the periodicals, I think, but I didn't check... I think I did. Yeah. Root. Oh, root. Yeah. Okay. So that was no good. Root of All Evil is 5 Pieces' debut album. According to various sources, the album mostly material recorded. All Your Problems was the first and only single released. After dropping the single, 5Ps announced that he'd retained the infamous celebrity lawyer Stevie Whitlock to sue his family. To date, it doesn't seem like he's followed through. First, the single didn't make much of a splash, but Whitlock, known for publicity stunts, paid thousands of teenagers a few bucks an hour to call and request the video at MTV, which increased its profile. MTV eventually caught on and banned the video altogether, which in turn received national news coverage and made the song even more popular. That sounds about right. Stevie Whitlock. History of publicity stunts and grandstanding. She managed to rock up a few level... Oh, okay. Right. She became famous in the 80s after successfully suing multinational sandwich company, whose 12-inch sumps were actually an average of 11.5-inch. Hey. I had a Subway today. Okay, let me vent. So Australia has this little delivery app called Menulog. You can go there. They deliver from various restaurants around the area, right? I didn't realize they shut down. And we got Uber Eats. And God, that shit's expensive. I mean, not that Menulog wasn't expensive, but the menu is also really shit. Like the UI, GUI, whatever. When you go in there. Because at least with Menulog, you could edit your order, especially on Subway. I might have ordered Subway today. Shut up. Don't judge me. I was feeling it. So, I'm not going to tell you how much it cost. Let's just say it was above $20 and leave it at that. Right? Let's just say that. Anyway, was it worth it? It hit the hunger. Anyway, so usually Menulog allows you to edit your Subway sandwich, right? And put in different stuff that you want. Like the different cheese and the different salad bits and whatnot, so that you can customize your sandwich. If you want beetroot, you can add beetroot. If you want this thing or that thing, you can add this thing or that thing. You can add duplicates, stuff like that. Uber Eats allows you to pick toasted and some of the breads, and it does allow you to pick some of the meats. I couldn't even pick a sauce. It wouldn't even let me pick different sauces. I wanted to add the honey mustard on my sweet onion sauce, and I could not. And I was very upsetty spaghetti. When I got my thing, and I took a bite, and I'm like, this doesn't taste the same. It's missing some stuff. Where are my pickles? I like me some pickles. There were no pickles. There was no beetroot. I was very sad. Anyway, that's my bitch for the day. Fuck Uber Eats. That's what I've got to say. But there's no choice. Gotta have to go with them if you want deliveries. Anyway, Stevie argued that since the company sold 1 billion sandwiches per year, that was enough missing sandwich to make a sub long enough to span from New York to Los Angeles. Wow. Jury awarded her a paltry $5,000, but the news coverage of her crusade turned out to be priceless. Unfortunately, none of this seems related to the ROOTTREES. Okay, that's fine. We were going to go like... Track his only new song on the album. Woo! We got it. The subject matter of the song is the hypocrisy of those that claim money is evil. He points out that the only people who think money is evil are those that have it, those that can afford not to be greedy. And song 5Ps triumphantly talks about the Roottree's wealth, taking the Roottree's wealth due to it being his birthright and giving it to those who need it most, himself. Okay. Let's check out the periodicals. Nothing there. You'd think there would be, but apparently not. Okay.
Attention, attention, Roottree. This is 5Ps coming at you from the real world. You know, the place you ain't ever lived in.
You say money is the root of all your problems. Root of all your
Man,
problems.
y'all are hypocrites, sitting back in your massive estates, built from the cash that your ancestors gave you, acting like you somehow deserve it, based on your family's creations. Yo. But look at here, sonny, don't you come for our money, or you might burn bright in hellfire someday, like that Madsen chick, and her two dads. My pappy's cleansing trust should keep you away. Yo, it's disturbing, catching a sermon from a geezer.
Why are you...
Known hurt, but blurts out these claims that somehow we're sinners, cause we didn't earn it. When all of your worth it came free with your name, you expect me to treat your lectures on greed as some expert creed from he without blame. How about instead, I turn my other cheeks and spread them. When you give me a kiss, you'll know just where to aim.
You say money
He's not very good at the rhyming thing, is he?
of all your problems. Let me take those problems away.
Whoever calls dollars the root of all evil, just trying to make small pursuits of real people. You silver spoon feeds you the world's purest treacle, while real world folks burn their spoons for the needle. So once more with passion, tell this poor tragic orphan how your mansions and Porsches are actually horrible.
How I'm better off penniless, grasping for morsels. I wanted my share,
That's actually extortion. With your candy ass name, synonymous with sweets. Oh, you wanna call me classless? I'm gangster from Portland, but I play that game. I came up on the streets. The only streets you reppin' are Park Place and Boardwalk. Hypocrisy, monopoly is toppling. When I knock, have G's.
top off my pockets, please.
Cause the same God that got to steal my mom from me is what he wants, right? For you to live in poverty. And if you're suddenly not eager to unhand that fortune, that's unfortunate. I guess I'm gonna have to take my portion, and I'll do it all legally. Class action, courtrooms, decorum. I'm way past your fancy ass dormant.
You say money is the root of all your problems. Let me take those problems away.
Bring the choir in.
You say money is the root of all your problems. Let me take those problems away.
Yeah.
You say money is the root of all your problems. Let me take those problems away.
Whoever caused dollars, the root of all evil? Just trying to make small pursuits of real people. You silver spoon feeds you the world's purest treacle, while real world folks burn their spoons for the needle. Whoever caused dollars, the root of all evil? Just trying to make small pursuits of real people. You silver spoon feeds you the world's purest treacle, while real world folks burn their spoons for the needle.
Wow. Okay, that's quite a song. Holy crap, and I like how it just, the background music just slowly fades in. Very nice, very nicely done. It received some airplay, but didn't make a big splash critically or commercially. Still, it's kind of catchy. Yeah, why is he blasting Madsen? Like Sam? That's mean. That's mean. Unless he's saying... maybe he's saying they're saying that about her. Well, I certainly got a song. Rubber duck, that didn't help. Yeah. Now that some time has passed, it's worth looking into some of it again. Reminders in your evidence go over the most important people and events. Yeah, but tell me who to look into, because I feel lazy today. One of the people mentioned in your reminders is Caroline Morden. She seems like someone who would have spoken up about everything going on. Does she? Sure, I'll check her out. Who is Caroline Morden? After a release of 6 pieces, Caroline Morden did a TV interview. Someone has uploaded a partial transcript of that interview on the television section of the messaging community. The transcript is only her answers and is missing the questions. This creates a somewhat confusing reading experience, but does give you a bit more history about Caroline and some of her family members. She seems to be a sadist... Oh, what is P flag? What P flag? What the P flag? Parents and friends of lesbians and gays. Oh. Good on P flag for existing. ...45 minutes. I get it. It's like 60 minutes. I get it. I get the reference. Alright. It was a cable news interview. A transcript of only Caroline's answers has been posted on a site about television. Thanks for having me. I've never really fit into the family, so it didn't surprise me. She could have put me in if she wanted to talk about the time during my activism days, when I almost got arrested for stealing the spark plugs out of all her tractors, but I don't really think it fit her narrative. Yes and no. They never tried to kick me out or send me to live on a farm, if that's what you mean. But I was already pretty unpopular, and once everyone learned why I divorced my husband, few people paid me any attention. She's my wife, not legally, but we've been... Okay, wait, who is this chick? Sam Cattrall. Ooh, so Sam married Gwyneth. No. What's her name? None of those. None of those. Those are the kids. Eloise. Oh, this is her. Oh, she was the artist lady. And she adopted... No, she had, Stephanie and... She had Stephanie, who's the, She's the politician. Yeah. Alright. And she was Zach's daughter. The younger one. Okay. Alright, I know who she is now. That helps. Right. Not legally, but we've been together for half our lives. Call it what it is. I was 20 and I just had my daughter. I hate to look back on that time because I was a terrible mother the first few years. Everybody, well, tries their best. I left my daughter with my ex-husband and followed Guy on a private jet to Europe. Huh. He lost a tooth and a client. I found love and a better understanding of who I was. Still, in our family's eyes, his trip was somehow more acceptable. Explain that. He lost a tooth and a client. Oh, I couldn't stand him. Our family wrote off his behavior like he was some huge fan of romance or women, but he didn't like the entire woman. It was doubly awkward for me because he was more supportive than most. I slowly figured out it was because he assumed I would be as shallow as he was. He was a workaholic. He seemed nice enough and did a good job. I didn't know him well. That was one of Sam's problems with our family. None of us did except Carl. Honestly, I get why she's pissed. I'd rather not speak ill of the dead, not unless you want more stories about Guy. With Carl, though, all I can say is we used to be friends before they sent him to a private school. He came back a lot judgier. Made sense when they made him president. He was a lot like my father after they disciplined the fun out of him. After I started protesting the farms, he stopped returning my calls. Oh well, he's harder to label. When I was a teenager, he was basically drunk or high or both all the time. He actually used to sell me pot. His problems with women were different than Guy's, but he never really judged me. I guess he knew it would be pretty hypocritical to judge anyone for anything. Back then, he was destructively unreliable in every way, but nowadays he's just kind of boring and old. I prefer that to how he used to be, and to Guy and Carl, but it's still a cautionary tale. I hope I'm never that boring and old. Huh. Interesting. Doesn't really give me much, though, does it? Okay, let's look at more reminders. Who else? Okay, so we've sort of looked at that. Elias, Carl, and Raina were on the cover of magazines. Okay. Let's go diving into the magazines and look for Elias Roottree, Carl, and Raina. Okay. Elias Roottree. Nope, not on that one. Okay, we knew that one. Elias appeared in the Butler Country Times quite often. Everything you find in the first few pages are the same types of things you find with the basic internet search. Had strong focus on family. Okay, chef signature. Nothing relevant. Modern Music Monthly. News Time. Piketty. Silver Screen. Starlet. And Team Blast. Okay, Carl Roottree? Wait, is that his name, or does he have a different one? Where are you? Carl? Carl? Was it Carl we were looking for? Let me see. Yeah, Carl. And Carl? You bitch, where are you? Carl? That's Clancy. Carl. Oh, Carl is Raina and that's Dad. Right, okay. Yeah, he is a Roottree. Okay, Carl Roottree. Okay. Watchman of the Year. Oh, there's an older version. Let's show the older. Mentioned in the Butler Country Times often, including an article that also mentions Ernie Jr. Most of the articles are not important. One announces Carl's marriage to Brenda White, both in their early 20s. Carl got drunk at a charity event and broke his arm falling down some stairs. The article also mentions Ernie is from 96 when Carl took over the 5th president. Ernie liked to stay out of spotlight and never appeared on the Country Times. Mentions illness. Died in a plane crash. You're pretty familiar. There's no useful information. Time travel. Okay. Oh, that. Okay. Chef signature. Nothing. Didn't think as much. Modern Music Monthly. News Time. Piketty. What is Piketty? Oh, pop culture. Right, that makes sense. And Team Blast. Okay. And now, Raina. Raina was on the cover when she was 16, didn't interview. You add the cover and article to your event. Okay, we already did that. Right, let's try Starlet. Nothing relevant. Silver Screen. Piketty. Week after the death, Piketty focused an expose on the pilot and co-pilot. Was seen as completely useless and an intentional mischaracterization of them. For example, they claimed that the co-pilot was on pharmaceuticals, but it turned out he had purchased a mild pain reliever. They also claimed the pilot had been let go from his previous position, which was true, but only as part of a downsize. Okay, none of that is useful info. Okay. Alright, Butler. Okay, nothing worth note. Alright, well, I mean, we haven't really gone. We've gathered a lot of information, is what we have done. We have filled our journal with a lot of info that we need to figure out eventually. I'm sure it'll all come in useful later on. That is not now, though. Alright, well. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, take care, have a good day. And if you want to play the game for yourself, you can find a link in the description below. There's so much. There's so much. Alright, I'll catch you next time, guys. See you later. Bye.